This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
I'm on the edge of my seat for today's topic. Facts on how men view sex differently from women. I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, and let's start by saying we have men who have a healthy perspective.
Yes.
And that's who have unhealthy perspective. We also have women who have both, who swing on both ends.
Oh.
We have women who have very healthy perspective in
Yes.
terms of what sex means.
Yes.
Others see it as a resource. One lady I saw on TV saying she learned she has an ATM card.
What a way to put it.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And she saw that part is just something to extract money from men. And others are going on OnlyFans. People are really merchandising their body. People are going to websites where they can sell their images of their sexual vibe, that thing.
Yeah.
And industries have also mixed a lot of sex into selling innuendo, your insinuation.
Yeah.
And it's like a kind of sexual entertainment being spiced up. Other services that were supposed to be innocent.
Yeah. No.
And when you want to show your child the way, you really struggle to
Yeah.
find where, because you're trying to prevent them from being sucked into perverted views of sex. So
Yeah.
today we are discussing the view of sex from healthy people's perspective. A man who is not healthy will be controlled by impulse, just the need to gratify the urge. And when the urge comes up, he's like an animal that must find somewhere to release.
Yes.
And they lose sanity and they run berserk. And they start looking for anything to sleep with.
Yeah.
And because we did not understand that a man until he has conquered that urge and managed to control it rather than it controlling him, cannot be trusted as a partner, believed as a husband, cannot be relied on. And I want you to be very careful as you marry, because you're going to bring other women into that space where that man is.
Yeah.
Out of necessity, you're going to employ people.
Yeah.
Out of necessity, your relatives will visit, your sisters, your cousins, whatever.
Yeah.
The person you're marrying, I don't know why we are skittish. We don't check how much they control that space. In fact, we join in indulging them.
Yeah.
If you don't watch this person control themselves sexually, how will you employ a house help? And as I told you, many of them are on a secret mission. Not all, but many of them are on secret mission to strike gold without working hard.
Yeah.
By finding a wealthy, a well-built-up man who can give them a parachute to a life they would have otherwise not deserved.
Yeah.
This employment brings people to your space who you had nothing to do with otherwise. You had nowhere to meet. But many of them are also seeing that, and they watch videos where the maid took over. They see a lot of fantasies from scripts, and they believe it is possible.
Yeah.
They have, many of them use black magic, whatever, love potions. What if the women you're going to be sometimes bringing to your space are themselves on a mission to get the man, and you did not take the time to check whether he can withstand any temptation? What are we doing anyway?
So this is what those men say. I just need one woman. I will be faithful to her.
How will you be faithful to her when you're not faithful to yourself? You see, faithfulness is a value. It's not a person. It's a virtue you learn. It's a discipline. Again, you're assuming she will always be supplying you. There's no constant supply of anything in this world.
Yeah, that's powerful.
There's no constant supply. Seasons will come and go.
Yeah.
There'll be downtimes. Even your Wi-Fi has downtime, and you don't always run to court.
Right.
You know, if again, be careful with how you respect the opinion of a person who is not in control of themselves. If a person obviously cannot delay gratification, and you're trying to listen to his philosophy, he will justify his behavior.
Yeah.
And when the rubber meets the road, he will do whatever he has to do, and he will justify that as well.
Yeah.
Say it's because you're not there, it's because of this.
Yeah.
I was tempted, or that. you know, I have to. A friend was surprised by lady workers who kept disappearing. And when she asked, why are you guys moving the different men? Don't you care about your health? Why are you doing these things to yourself? They say, oh, we deserve it. We are women. We deserve it. You know, we too have needs. There are people who come from deserve, not accountability.
Oh.
They come from entitlement, not accountability. So if you move with a man who is only entitled, and whenever they have to delay gratification, they call it dry spell. They hate controlling themselves and they curse the season of self-controlled waiting. They call it a dry spell. And when the moment they start dating you, they start pushing pressure in that direction.
Yeah.
And it's as if you're depriving them.
Yeah.
They don't have a concept. And if you are not trained, you will not bring it out.
True.
They don't have the concept of delayed gratification and the right time for the right thing.
Yeah.
Before I came, where were you getting it from? Does it mean now that thing controls you, you don't control it?
Yeah.
Does it mean that urge controls you? You don't control it. And the moment you don't control that urge, situations will conspire to always make sure you are trapped.
Yeah.
Conspire.
Yeah.
Just to make sure the wrong person is in sight when you're in need.
That's true. Yeah.
And Judah is going to the farm and he has that pressure and he goes to hire a prostitute. Only these women knew him. So somebody trapped him.
Yeah.
And it was very easy.
His own daughter-in-law knew him.
Yes.
Yeah.
People know you.
Yeah.
And the trap, the embarrassment you are risking. And we are not saying those who people cannot change when they behaved well. We are saying initially you must see it in action. Then after that, you shall go to the next seasons knowing at least there they passed the test. Yeah. We have many tests. You pass this test, you go to the next one. Today we are discussing the view of a healthy man, how he views sex, and how it differs from women, or what might cause conflict. Unhealthy people don't have a formula, so we'll not discuss the unhealthy people because they are controlled by whatever they have not healed from. To an unhealthy person, sex is a projection of their wounds, cravings, uncontrollable compulsions, habits, addictions they have developed over the years.
Yeah.
A person who have a deep further hunger will fantasize older men because they're trying to meet that need using a sex tool. And we said people try to use a sex tool to scratch a love itch. They're itching for love, but they're using a sex tool.
Yeah.
So it only scratches on the surface and leaves the deeper itch still untouched. You're still hungry.
Yeah. You're
still hungry, and they try to say older men. I find them more mature. Of course. They're older than you.
Yeah. They've had 20 years advantage.
And your definition of mature is already questionable. Looking at how you're making decisions for your own life. What you're calling mature needs to be checked again.
Yeah.
Then if you're already putting your life on the line like that to become a nurse for an aging person, and have no nurse for yourself.
As you're saying that, I've just realized that maturity I'm talking about, I mean, that maturity I would be talking about is already like the crop of not very mature older men, because the mature ones will advise me better. They'll say, this is not your space. You should go to a younger man.
You know.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you about generations. Let's go to a man who is mature and healthy. How they view love. They view sex as a sign of acceptance. For men, when the physical intimacy is a sign of, it's a gesture of love from the wife. For women, many times, sex comes as a part of an element in a bigger package of feeling emotionally connected, feeling safe, feeling together, being understood, being the it's a package of many other things. Yeah. And she can say no to sex without having any grudge. She may not go to the sex just because she's happy. It is part of it, but it's not what signifies.
Yeah.
And you can think you're okay and she's not okay with that. For women, yes, you can. A man can imagine you're okay, but there's something that happened around the sexual area that she doesn't feel loved, cherished. It's a very insecure thing for women because they tend a lot to be evaluated on the body. small things, hygiene, the size, the weight, she can be affected there by 1,000 other things, which don't always reflect on the man. For a man, when it is intimacy, it's a sign of feeling loved. It's a love language, really, of feeling accepted, of feeling like they belong. Now, when a woman says no to sex, many men hear no to themselves. They don't hear to the sex. They hear that it's them being rejected. They take the rejection personally. And they don't see how else they can be shown love. Although there are many other ways, somebody cooks, cleans for you.
Yeah.
You know, there are many other ways. Yeah. But that part of, like, I love you too. You should remember, we are telling young men that whenever we're telling young women, whenever she tells a guy, I love you too, he may experience a little bit of erection. He may feel excited sexually because he feels like the doors are open for sex.
It goes straight there.
Yes. He imagines. He imagines. So avoid telling men you like them, I love you, casually. So preserve that for somewhere where it has meaning and is a build up to something.
What if it's platonic?
No, there's no platonic love for men.
Serious?
They also imagine there's platonic sex. So if you introduce platonic love, it should come with their platonic accompaniment. So if you don't want platonic things, stay out of the platonic thing. Now, women also have a tendency to ask to call guys my dear. How are you, my dear? Hello, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, you flirtatious language that it ejects something. It jumpstarts some electricity. When you talk in an endearing way to a man, also your hugs, your skin to his skin. And some of these men are starving. And they just imagine, you know, and so he was holding on by a thread. And then here comes Lily. All polished up. Has she just passed him by, throwing greetings with, oh my, how are you smart today? How are you? You really, the guy was holding on.
Oh.
His balloon was full, and you prick. Then
oh no.
You can throw a guy off innocently by flirtatious greetings, flirtatious behavior, suggestive, insinuating touch. When you're talking, why are you touching guys here, holding hand here, you know, somehow here? And it's a very common behavior with arts, industry of arts, where it's not structured. Yeah. In corporate world, there's a lot of structure. People, they try to define the code of ethics. But where is the code when it's drama performance? Because some of the roles involve holding, doing this, the other one, sometimes even acting like they're in bed. So the boundaries in arts and performing industries is very fluid.
I've just remembered that when I was in campus, we had a dance class, and the very first unit, we were told to get a member of the opposite gender and embrace and stay there to remove the tension.
So did you remove or you brought it up? You know, for men, some things you may think you're removing, you're already opening the seal. Now the can of worms is open, and some people went for wedding and they were supposed to hold hands. Yeah. And we were first year. That lady and that guy held hands the rest of the Form 4, or of the 4 years. 4 years in college. Something started there that never ended. Created kids, cohabitated, weird things. So there's some things you don't remove. You control. Okay. And there's some industries I don't encourage you to go when you're intending to live a certain path of life. They don't encourage, they make it harder.
Yeah, that's true.
They just throw you to the deep end. You'll be drowning there. You know, very careful. And you know, when you marry people, you know what is not right, because you know what you don't want them to do. Even when you're a healthy person. Yeah. You're my person. No. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And they asked one actor what when they play lover with that guy, the Selena drama, the Celestine Gashui, they were being asked whether, if you're not acting, can you play the girlfriend? Say no. That's a role I'm wearing. That's not me. So I put on the role. Yeah. And I put it off. Yeah. You don't come here because you play that role in that drama. You're trying to be touchy-feely with me. Who is this? This is not Selena, this is Celestine.
Yeah.
I said, so we actually on a personal capacity.
Yeah.
You can also put your boundaries.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes what a man feels when he's allowed to be intimate with his wife is that I love you too. And when he's told no, especially if the no's are arbitrary, unpredictable, there's a build-up and expectation with the rhythm you have built together.
Yeah.
But then you start from the blues denying. What must he do for his survival? He reduces the expectation to minimize the crash.
Yeah.
So if you don't care and if you don't meet him there, he begins to feel rejected and he can numb down. What did we say about when you deny people affection, love, in whatever language it matters to them? When you deny your partner, you're teaching them to survive without you. And the moment they will learn not to need you, it's over.
Yeah, true.
There will be nothing to fight about. There will be nothing to try. And when you try coming back, they won't feel it.
I get you. So, as a woman, if I am genuinely not in the mood, like maybe I'm tired or something, and maybe I'm going through a season of fatigue, so I pulled away, does it still feel like rejection?
Communication makes all the difference. And we're talking about habitual denial, not occasional. Occasional denials are inevitable, isn't it? We don't always have our way.
Yeah, true. How about seasonal? Like it's just been a season where back to back I've been feeling so
If both
fatigued.
of you understand it, if both of you understand it, you're journeying together. Hopefully not somebody who's outside your life, they just pop in for their needs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Sometimes there is no surprise. We both know where we are.
All right.
We both know.
Yeah.
And sometimes people can be creative on what mitigates this and what facilitates the other.
Yeah.
When you are together, and it's not like it's a clash. We are coming, then no, then you turn, I turn the other way, come, no, turn the way. We part ways because you refuse. No. Again, it's not just for him. When you are doing it for both of you, you both look forward. You both look forward.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So a healthy man, again, will not be trying to just make it him-centered. It's both of you centered. And it's not something like he's just, the woman's supposed to allow. We are supposed to come there together. It's a place of connection. So if the man as well takes it that way, as much as the rhythms might vary, somebody might have a higher drive than the other, but you find out where you're in, you find the middle ground.
Yeah, okay.
And seasons come and go.
Yeah.
Hormonal fluctuations for the woman, and this time and the other one. Also, career, for men, the equivalent of hormones is career stress. That fluctuates him a lot. It really affects his energy. The money life where he is, what is happening at work, what is happening overall. Some things drain him and they're out there. They're not in here.
Yeah.
For the woman, sometimes maybe just be what is going on inside. For the man, is what's going on outside.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just simply fatigued. It's just simply out. And it takes a lot of consciousness to plan your schedule. Sometimes when you are building, particularly first generation builders who have a lot of people to take care of. A healthy family should just be worrying about themselves. But if you have a father or mother to worry about, brother or sister to worry about, the other side is to worry about, you're burdened so heavy that every waking moment must be used to make a coin. Your personal needs can be sacrificed unknowingly, even without intending.
Yeah.
I've observed that nobody wants us that would affect your bedroom life. Until you're going to bed late every time. And you know very well tomorrow you must be early.
Yeah.
And if you miss another 30 minutes, you won't wake up. You won't manage.
Yeah.
It will spiral.
Yeah.
So if you do not practically plan on which days to create time to start rearranging the schedule throughout the day. To make sure we are closing 1 hour earlier.
Yeah.
To make sure we are converging earlier. The seasons of hustling, the seasons of fighting through resistance. And when you're operating the very bare minimum support. When you start with inheritance and mentorship, you will still have to work hard to build. But it will not be a fight for life or death, you know.
True.
If somebody needs surgery and you must pay or they die, that's a different case.
Yeah.
If somebody is visiting hospitals and the only one who need, this is not your child, it's not even the two of you. These are extended families, and you're the only better ones. You're the only ones who can stand in the gap. Those things may look, naturally, before you get in, you don't know the effect. Until you hear so many stories, you realize nobody warns us that what is going on out there will, spill over to our bedroom life. Another way in which healthy men view sex differently from women is when it is a physical need like that of food. Sometimes it's just under pressure for release, for relief. It's not a lot of emotional build-up. Sometimes a woman sees it as connection. It's a point of affection, intimacy, deep. There are times when it may seem what it feels like. It's not that he's selfish, he's just thinking about himself. What it feels like is that the way you feel hungry for food, that craving to just dine for food. And I think that has explained a lot of the reasons why some women have demonstrated the ability to shut down some departments. If disaster strikes and the husband dies, the woman can take a lot of time. Just organizing the home before she does anything else. But there are men who have self-control, but a lot of men don't take a lot of time. They say, rather than find myself tempted all over. Because when a man is hungry in that sense, he begins to see food all over.
That leads me to the question. Those men who are single for a long time, like maybe they are widowed or divorced and they've been single for decades or a decade plus, are they suspicious?
No, you can have self-control. You can have people like Paul were very normal. They lived celibate all their life. You can have enough self-control and discipline. It varies, but the natural in a man now, apart from other traits, like how much you manage your energy. Remember, before we get married, we are supposed to be single. We are supposed to be celibate, and you are grown up. All your departments are running. Every man who wants to marry right and be true over the long term and control his life must exercise that season of around 10 years of just celibate, building your life. You see temptations, but you control yourself. You don't inflame, I was asking my guys from Kisila, and those guys who nuts are part of their diets, they take a lot of, they just grow them. Foods that really inflame. I tell you must be careful as a young man when you're single. Not everything they're selling on the road, they're feeding, they're preparing before you eat. Just know what brings up a lot of energy. Sometimes you take a lot of nyama choma and ugali. Really, a lot of energy. Where will you take it? Where will you learn to sublimate, use sports, use games, use gym, you learn. It's a very life-saving skill. Seasons of life will come when you are struggling with sickness. Imagine cheating on a sick person because they could not be there for you. You'll even feel like a devil yourself. And you think you can just cheat and wipe your mouth and go away? The people you're cheating with also have an interest. And as you grow, they're interested in getting more than what you think. And as you grow, you become a bigger cow, a bigger fish. There is more to be desired from you. The more your estate is growing, the more your status is growing. You're just stuck to that instinctive need. And then you go knocking funny doors. Some people already stranded, they're looking for somebody they can latch on. And you brought yourself to their shop, and you think you can just come here and say, no, I'm just paying this more money or this kind of favor. You think you can. It is not possible to go far as a man until first you manage that part of your life. Again, there are people who can live casually sleeping with anything. Those whose life means nothing. The men who don't have a life, honor, status, dignity, character, only them can smash and go. But a man who has anything to build, who has a fathering to do, who has a reputation to build, who has character, who has conviction, values, who wants to build wealth. You cannot afford it. You'll have exposed yourself to the worst forms of thieves.
Yeah.
So how a man sees it sometimes is not too much poetry. There comes a time that there's no space for poetry and a build-up for 48 hours, insinuation.
Yeah.
He is supposed to prepare his wife. This does not excuse insensitivity.
Yeah.
But this also to remind you that a part of his biological needs are just there. And he may not sometimes start don't think about that. Don't set your mind on that. Sometimes women just want to gaslight the man. Are you always thinking about that? To move your mind from mate. It's all in your mind. Sometimes it's not in his mind. It's in his body. It's in his system. Just like hunger.
Okay.
It's another stomach. More stomach down there. Just goes hungry.
Yeah.
So there are times when the men feel not understood. When he and his wife cannot have that, the wife cannot have that understanding that there are times when men are just stressed, and that is a form of consolation. That's a form of soothing. They have conquered. That's also a form of
celebration.
Yes. It's just part of his life, and does not mean you objectify yourself. Just means sometimes to understand why, when he has a lot of highs or lows, it's ending there.
So in those moments when it's like food, Kifo Chamende is okay.
Anything. At that time, actually, I saw a lady writing Stormy Omashan. She writes about wife, husband, and all that. And I think it was the power of a praying wife or something. And she was saying, what about that time he's just needy and you're not in the mood? And she was saying, that time even him doesn't care that you're about theatrics.
He just wants
yes.
a quick...
Be there, just avail yourself however you can. And they actually appreciate when we can go the extra mile. I just want you to remember that no more busy people many times will be arriving to bed longing to just collapse. At that season when there's childbearing, when there's career building, when there's... At that time when it's a beehive, your life is Heathrow Airport. Somebody to make time is already a big sacrifice. You feel it. I tell you, you're putting everybody to bed and you're the last one to go to bed and you're the first one to come out of bed. Not only feed yourself, make sure people feed first.
Yeah.
Worry about everybody, and even when you sleep, your ears are still, in case somebody's crying too much on the other side, you need to cross over.
Yeah. If you have a newborn, sometimes you wonder if they're still breathing.
You know?
Yeah.
That season, and somebody, the man sees you making effort, it compliments him that you actually understand him. That we're not in a romantic mood, but for you, I know sometimes it's not romance.
Yeah.
It's just a need.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That's very comprehensive. Now we understand our men much better. I liked something you wrote in the Millionaire Moves book, when you were talking about brush shoulders with people who have bigger vision and have traveled more than you. Learn to put yourself in spaces where you are the inferior one, the upcoming one. Learn to go into rooms with people who are more accomplished and more renowned. You need to brush shoulders with people who have bigger visions and who are more traveled than you.
And we're encouraging you to strategically attend meetings, interviews, accompany your boss when they're going for negotiations.
Yeah.
There's no other place bigger people to be interested in you. Why will they come to you?
True.
We are describing that, and the book will expound more.
Yeah.
That people tell you floating ideas. If you hang with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. Where will you hang with 5 millionaires? In real life. Where?
Yeah.
You can't even get into their social life.
Yeah.
So that's a motivational quote, just because it sounds good.
Yeah.
It's not practical.
Yeah.
You don't get 5 millionaires in one place.
Yeah, that's true. Or you don't just join their club.
When you're not one of them.
Yeah.
Will you even afford the drinks there?
Yeah, just the drinks. Not even the membership fee.
You know. So what this book is telling you is that to gravitate to those opportunities where the boss is telling you, accompany me to this and that. That space is bigger than you.
Yeah.
where you know this conference will be attended by bigger people. There's a time one global business teacher came here and people were supposed to pay something like $500 for a fireside meeting. He had another side meeting for fewer people, higher ticket.
Yeah.
And people are complaining, oh, why pay all that? No. I tell you, your attitude is your disability. You don't realize that you're being given the presence of greatness. Sometimes you don't attend only because of the speaker, because of who else is likely to attend.
Yeah.
I want you to learn to look at, when I go to a conference in that hotel, what caliber of people? It will be a stretch for me.
Yeah.
But who will be next to me?
Yeah.
What language will be going on in the room?
Like, can I tell you, there's this question of where are the good men? Sometimes it's because of where you are. Where are you? What have you been attending?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, it's those spaces of showing up where people are polished and looking for life and hungry and on the move. That's where you meet the good people.
Yeah.
And in terms of millionaire moves, you move some millionaire move to gravitate to spaces that you know there's seniority around, riches around. Your car is very small. It's not something to flaunt with. Even you sometimes just dropping with Uber. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Great people are happy to see you coming up. They're actually happy to see you, your startup, and you are here.
Yeah.
Happy to see you here.
Yeah.
Gravitate to those spaces. Yes.
Yeah. So please get yourself a copy of Millionaire Moves alongside all of Benjamin's other work on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com for more of these amazing conversations. Thank you for watching and bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,